Hello everyone, and welcome into the very first edition of Fantasy Football Fever, your show for everything about fantasy football. The ins and outs, anything you want to know, come in and see us. Now, with about a week left before the regular season of the NFL kicks off, there are still drafts going on around the league everywhere you look, which is why we're going to help you out a little bit if you have not drafted yet. Now, ESPN.com reports that Adrian Peterson, starting running back for the Minnesota Vikings, will be selected number 1 overall. They have him projected for 266 points and 15 combined touchdowns, which I do believe is possible. But who can forget about Michael Vick, the comeback of the quarterback from the Philadelphia Eagles? It is now his team. He runs the show. He had over 300 fantasy points last year in only 12 games. Quite astounding, if I may say so myself. Which leaves me wondering, why do they have him at number 10 on the power rankings? They have him projected for 282 points, which is quite good, but they're still concerned about his injury proneness. In my case, I still take him number 1, honestly. I mean, you have those great running backs, but he's like the best hybrid running back, quarterback the league has ever seen, in my opinion. And also when it comes to quarterbacks, let's not forget Green Bay Packers stud and Super Bowl champ, Aaron Rodgers, who's projected for over 300 fantasy points this year. Hopefully I can draft him, but I seriously doubt it. Moving on, we've talked about quarterbacks. We have Adrian Peterson, who's selected to be the number 1 running back, of course. Now, when it comes to number 1 wide receivers, we have Andre Johnson, who has always been very, very consistent with the Houston Texans, projected for over 200 fantasy points, which for a wide receiver is very good. But also, up and coming, Dallas Cowboys second-year receiver, Dez Bryant. Do not forget about him. He showed some spots last year where he could be absolutely fantastic. Super athletic, super fast. A threat out in the open field for those yak yards after catch. Along with Miles Austin, you might think about drafting to the wide receiver slot, make a very potent combination. And as always in fantasy football, you have your up-and-comers, those breakout years that you never see coming. Last year was Arian Foster of the Houston Texans, also Peyton Hillis, who made the Madden 2012 cover from the Cleveland Browns. This year, I think the breakout running back will be Ryan Matthews, the former Fresno State Bulldog. And remember, he lit up the Boise State Broncos, who were in the top 10. They did lose the game by 21, mind you, but he lit them up for 300 yards and multiple touchdowns in that game. Which is why I think with the San Diego Chargers, with Tomlinson gone, and also Sproles, he'll get a heavy workload and he will shine. Well, that's all we have for today. Tune in next time as I will have DT columnist Cody Stoots with me, and we'll talk about some more fantasy football. Until then, take care of yourself.